I will call to order the City of Mauldin City Council meeting regularly scheduled for Monday, April the 21st, 2025, at approximately 7 p.m. Let the records reflect that all members of council are present, along with our city attorney, Mr. Hughes, our city administrator, Mr. Duncan, our city clerk, Ms. Miller, our assistant city administrator, Mr. Saxton, parish department heads, and long time no see, Miss Jenny Putnam with the Greenville Journal. Appreciate her being in the audience, as well as some of our other citizens. Thank you for being here. We have anyone online tonight that we see so far? No, we good? All right. If they come online, we'll welcome them also. Next item on our agenda is our invocation, Pledge of Allegiance of Councilman Reynolds.
Sure, Mr. Mayor, thank you. If you'll bow with me. Gracious Father, as we come before you tonight to conduct the city's business, I pray that you'll help us to be of sound mind, that you'll give us wisdom and judgment, be discerning for the city's business. I pray for families as they go throughout this week, Lord, as we just deal with the daily struggles. I pray that we lean on neighbors for one another and just see your grace in that. Coming out of Easter, Father, I'm just so grateful for Jesus Christ, and I pray that we can exude that spirit of giving and sacrifice. And I just thank you for this time as we try to lead our city, that we do it again wisely, and we just thank you for all your many blessings. In your name I pray. Amen.
Yeah. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Proclamation presentations, none this month, and I see. Reading and approval of minutes. We have 4 different sets of minutes. You've had these in your packet and available since Thursday. So if there's no adjustments, corrections, or suggestions of corrections, I would ask that by unanimous consent, we approve the City Council meeting minutes of March the 17th, 2025, a special called council meeting of March 27th, 2025, City Budget Workshop, March 27th, 2025, and our special called council meeting of April 7th, 2025. Any objection? Hearing none, we'll accept it by unanimous consent. Next item on our agenda is public comment. Ms. Miller, anyone signed up? No one has signed up. Okay. Report from our city administrator. Sit back, get comfortable in your chair. Mr. Duncan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Only 2 very short items tonight comparatively to my normal multi-page report. But no, 2 quick, great things to talk about. So first off, the Mauldin Blues and Jazz Festival will take place this weekend from 2 p.m. until 9 p.m. upon the grounds of the Mauldin Cultural Center at 101 East Butler Road. This year's lineup includes performances by Mac Arnold and Plate Full of Blues, Greenville Jazz Collective Big Band, Soda City Brass Band, and Nikki Hill. Performances will also be held by the SE Governor School for the Arts Jazz Combo and Greenville Jazz Youth Ensemble, and Furman University's Jazz Combos. It's a great event all afternoon long for the entire family with plenty of free parking, great food, and amazing music. We hope to see you there. And second of all, we're going to invite everyone out Thursday evening to the Senior Center. Please stop by for a drop-in from 4:30 to 7:30. Thursday, the 24th, to learn more about the comprehensive plan and provide input to help shape the plan's development. To learn more about our comprehensive plan, folks can visit planmauldin.com. The comprehensive plan serves as a roadmap for the city and provides a long-term vision for the city of Mauldin. And that's my report, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan.
You're welcome, sir.
Appreciate that. Next item, report from standing committees, Economic Plan Development, Mr. Matney.
Thank you, Mayor. Don't know if you knew this or not, but we have the Blues and Jazz Festival this weekend. I'm sure you can find information about it somewhere.
I bet you it's on our city website, Facebook page. Good. Thank you, sir. Public Safety, Ms. King.
Nothing to report, Mayor. Thank you.
Public Works, Mr. Crayland.
Nothing to report, sir.
Finance and Policy, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We wrapped up our budget workshops well, that was probably 3 weeks ago now. So we look forward to that coming down, not this meeting, but the next one. We'll send that up for ordinance. Thank you. I appreciate everyone's hard work on that, both on council as well as the administrator and all the department heads. So again, we get to see the easy side of that where we get to talk about the numbers and see if it fits the future plans and all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears was done before that. So, but we do appreciate that. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Reynolds. Recreation, Mr. Allgood.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing to report this time.
Business and Development Services, Mr. Steenbeck.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Nothing to report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Unfinished business on ordinance second reading, we have none. Ordinance first reading, I believe, coming from Business Development Services, Mr. Steenbeck. Or does Ms. Miller want to read it first? You want her to read it first?
Your world I'm living in, Mayor.
Go for it, Cindy. Get some time for fame.
We have several ordinances for first reading tonight, and the first one is an ordinance to amend section 1016, religious institution of the Mauldin zoning ordinance to allow childcare, preschool, and after-school activities as an accessory use to religious institution with conditional standards.
Now, Mr. Steenbeck.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to make, what's the word I use? Motion, that's it. Thank you. Been one of those days, I'm sorry. To amend section 1016 religious institutions of the Mauldin zoning ordinance to allow for child care, preschool, and after-school activities as accessory use to religious institutions with the conditional standards as stated.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Steenbeck. Have a motion on the floor for Mr. Steenbeck. Is there a second?
Second.
Second for Mr. Matney. Any discussion? Mr. Allgood.
Thank you, Mayor. When this was brought up in committee, I brought up the fact that on page 13, item number 1, it says the property shall have a minimum area of 2 acres. At the time, there was no reason for it. I'm assuming there hasn't been any reason determined yet, but Mr. Deerhog, if you wouldn't mind coming up, and if there has been a reason that we've identified, great. If not, I'm going to make a motion to amend.
Mr. Council, or Mr. Mayor, sorry, and Council, David Deerhog. So I did look a little bit more into this just to see if I could figure out. There was only one thing that I came across that may have been a reason why we see this in some of our different sections of the zoning ordinance where we have minimum requirement of 2 acres. And that is because there is a state statute relating, or I should say a state court determination relating to spot zoning, that a lot of places have set kind of 2 acres as a minimum threshold to kind of stay out of that area of maybe falling into a category of spot zoning something, which could be deemed illegal. I am not saying that that's directly why this has there, but that's the only thing I could come up that might be some kind of rational reason why we use a minimum of 2 acres for some of these different things that we regulate in our zoning ordinance. So you can take that or leave that and do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
Would legal have an opinion on it?
Yeah,
Mayor.
I'm not familiar with the court case that Mr. Deerhog just referred to. I would have to take a look at that before I could actually render an opinion regarding whether or not that 2 acres would have a legal effect on the validity of the ordinance, frankly.
Since this would be 2 readings, we could do this on first reading and then maybe get you another opinion
We could,
at second reading.
we could go forward on first and amend it between second if we needed to.
I think Mr. Matney had raised his hand.
I was just going to make that suggestion.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Seth and I. your thunder.
Back if anybody needs me.
That sounds great, Mayor.
Okay. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to amend childcare religious institutions, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous on first reading. And you got the note to follow up Mr. Hughes for a second reading. All right, Ms. Miller?
Second ordinance tonight for first reading is an ordinance to amend section 1035 packaged alcoholic beverage store of the Mauldin zoning ordinance to clarify the application of the separation requirement between packaged alcoholic beverage stores and residences.
Mr. Steenbuck?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to make a motion that we amend section 1035, packaged alcohol beverage store of the Mauldin zoning ordinance to clarify the application of the separation requirement between packaged alcohol beverage stores and residents.
You would note that this is on first reading,
On first reading, yes, sir. Thank you.
sir. Okay, for motion, Mr. Steenbuck, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Kraling. Any discussion? Mr. Matty?
Thank you, Mayor. At committee, I asked Chief Miller if we could get law enforcement to weigh in with an opinion. So before we get any farther, I'd like to just go ahead and get that out of the way if we could.
Council. So basically, what's going to happen is anywhere that one would go, it's going to butt up to a neighborhood. The property lines are going to butt up to a neighborhood. So I would agree that it should be like by mileage by the roadway or the sidewalk for the distance, if that makes sense.
So you're good with this version?
Sure.
So you're good with this ordinance?
I'm good with the one where they're not butted up to each other, where they just walk the distance by walking or driving. A long day, sorry. Yes, sir.
That's how the ordinance is drafted, the way Mr. Miller, Chief Miller described.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Sure.
Oh, you got Mr. Matty so far.
Good, Mayor. Thank you.
Ms. King?
Thank you. I just wanted to thank the Planning Commission under Mr. Deerhog's leadership for apparently talking this through and coming up with the standard to change to be to correlate with South Carolina code. Because as you know, my background, SLED will not approve a application through Department of Revenue unless these standards are met. So it only, in my opinion, makes sense that we follow those same standards because you can't get licensed by the state unless you meet these standards. Thank you.
Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to amend section 1035 on first reading concerning the packaged alcohol beverage stores of this Mauldin City ordinance to clarify the application of the separation requirement between packaged alcohol beverage stores and residents, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. Item, Ms. Miller.
The next ordinance for first reading is the Loblolly Circle right-of-way abandonment.
That's coming from Public Works, Mr. Kraling.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve the ordinance, to give, to allow the mayor to authorize the ordinance of the city of Mauldin to execute the Loblolly Circle quick claim deed.
Okay, motion to. Okay, I have a motion from Mr. Kraling. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. King. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to adopt the on first, is this the first? Yeah. Ordinance, first reading Loblolly Circle abandonment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. Miller.
The final ordinance for first reading is an ordinance to amend and update the Mauldin Municipal Court Judge Appointment Ordinance, which is in section 24-7.
Public Safety, Ms. King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make the motion to amend and update the Mauldin Municipality Court Judge Appointment Ordinance as outlined in your summary document.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Crayley. Any discussion? I'm the Lone Ranger. I have a question. Mr. Rado might be able to help us on like this. I've read this several different ways, and Mr. Duncan and I have had several discussions, and I still usually get a good feel in my gut about something like this, and I can't get that feeling this time. So if I had to appear in a court such as this, municipal court, and I was knowing I was coming with the legal representation, a bona fide certified attorney, and so was the other party, but we would be appearing before a judge who was not a licensed, is that the right term? Licensed attorney?
That's fair.
Bona fide certified licensed attorney. I just feel that's not what I would hope to do. I would hate to see the other guy's attorney just take the judge to school because he wasn't an attorney.
Do you mean that the judge was not an attorney?
Right.
No, but the judge would be a certified judge per South Carolina statute.
But not have a law degree.
They could potentially have a law degree, but they would potentially not be a barred licensed attorney.
So adopting this ordinance would allow you or someone, the city, to to select a judge from a pool that might include attorneys with law degrees and those without a law degree.
Yes, we're not looking to exclude attorneys. We're just looking to open up the pool to allow for what I would think would be experienced, qualified, very knowledgeable judges that do currently sit on the bench that are not at the magistrate and municipal level. Yes. That the committee would still have the final say in those appointments.
Well, you've done, the short time I've known you here, you've knocked it out of the park on getting our systems and personnel up to snuff. That's really good to see the backlogs going down. So kudos for that. And if I have to err in my judgment, I'm going to err on the side of your suggestion.
Still some ideas that are moving forward, so don't count me out.
Good. I never count you out. And with Ms. King's leadership, I know you will get ideas. Thank you. Mr. Crayley.
Correct me if I'm not wrong, this follows state law, correct? We're one of a few places in the state that requires it, correct? So this would bring us in line with other city municipalities in the state of South Carolina. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I believe Mount Pleasant still requires a 5-year law degree with the 5-year experience. So does the state of Texas, and so does the state of North Carolina.
It's okay.
Still South Carolina. Okay. Mr. Allgood.
Thank you, Mayor. Based on the conversation, could you perhaps give us some idea of what the qualifications are for becoming a judge in this capacity that you're talking about?
So at the municipal and the magistrate level, those judges are appointed, and then they have to go through the judge orientation. They do have to pass certification. Then we have to go through a 1-year mentor program. Then we do have to do our 15 hours of continuing education hours annually. Those are criminal, civil, substance abuse, and mental health as well. And attorneys and non-attorneys do have to abide by the same requirements as far as the continuing ed and mentorship and all that, and appointments.
Thank you.
Okay.
If I could add something, that in our state Supreme Court has jurisdiction over all of our judges, circuit level, magistrate municipal, and they are in charge of setting the regulations to make sure all judges are properly trained. So they're always subject to those regulations, testing requirements to be sure that the judge who's appearing in any court, either a summary court level like this one or a higher court, has the proper certifications and training and experience to properly adjudicate cases.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, Mr. Ryder. All right, the motion on first reading is to amend and update the municipal court judge appointment ordinance to allow, let's see, make sure I get it right, the appointment of municipal trial judges who may not be lawyers as long as a non-lawyer receives mandatory training program, yada, yada, yada. As said in South Carolina Code 1425-15. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous on first reading. Thank you, everyone. Next, I believe we're now with out of first reading, so we're now with standing committee items. First one will be public safety. Ms. King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion at this time to approve the mutual aid agreement for Greenville County Fire Service to be effective through December 31st, 2029.
December 31st,
Did I say what I say?
2029.
Did I say that? December 31st?
Okay. All right, I have a motion, Ms. King. Is there a
Second.
Second, from Mr. Crayley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the mutual aid agreement for Greenville County Fire Service through December 31st, 2029, as stated, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. Next item also for Ms. King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This one's a little bit more tongue-tying to attack. So I'll make the motion at this time for an amended memorandum of understanding with Greenville County multi-jurisdistrict, that word. Lord.
Jurisdictional.
Can I get my readers too? Drug Enforcement Task Force, also known as Greenville County, that word, Drug Enforcement Unit. DEU, right?
There's a motion on the floor as stated by Ms. King. Is there a second?
Second.
I heard a second from, did you get it?
Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Steenbeck and Mr. Reynolds and
The bearded side of the room.
bearded side of the room. Yeah, okay, I forgot it. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion for approval of an amended memorandum of understanding as stated by Ms. King, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. I know if you got tied up on that word, I didn't stand a chance. All right, that's it. Okay, we have no committee of the whole items. We're next up to our public comment. No one for open public comment either. All right. Now we're at council concerns. Hearing and seeing no objections and all that, we will move on to next item is call for executive sessions. It looks like these could be considered economic development issues. How about Mr. Matney?
Thank you, Mayor. I move we enter executive session to consider negotiations incident of proposed sale or purchase of property within city center, as well as contractual arrangements regarding Bridgeway Station, both under 30-4-70A2.
I have a motion from Mr. Matney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Reynolds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of executive session, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, council will reconvene upstairs in executive session. For those in the audience, we'll be up there for a while. You're more than welcome to stay right here and wait on our return. All right, council is reconvened in chambers, coming out of executive session. Would someone like to report out?
Thank you, Mayor. Coming out of executive session, no decisions were made, no votes were taken.
No votes, no decisions. All right. Folks, it's 8:26. Possible actions on items discussed in executive session?
Mayor, I move we authorize the mayor and/or his designee to execute a letter of intent for the purchase of property within City Center Village and to negotiate a final purchase and sale agreement.
Okay, I have a motion from Mr. Matney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Kraling. This here works better. That's why I hear him, but I'm good with Mr. Beck too.
Taking it personally.
He's bearded.
Here we go. They're both bearded. It's yours is more gray though, so we can go with that. All right. Either way. So I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those favoring the motion as eloquently stated by Mr. Matney, say aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous 7-0. Any other action items? Seeing and hearing none, what do we have on adjournment?
Moved.
Second.
Objection, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned at 8:28. Get that from Miss Cindy.